What's the difference between someone who's able to obtain sustainable sobriety, someone who's able to get their life back and get alcohol out of their life, and someone who actually succumbs to the disease and actually passes away because they go through all the different stages and it overcomes their life mentally, physically, and emotionally? What's the difference between those two? Well, to begin with, my name is Andy, and I help families and alcoholics return to a life before the alcohol ever took place, before the disease ever entered into their life, and get people to understand where it comes from, why it comes from, and how to move forward. And really, the first thing that you have to establish is what stage of alcohol use disorder does your loved one have? Are they in the earlier stages? Have they created a habit where maybe they drink 5, 6 days a week or 7 days a week, but it's a limited amount, but they've created consistency? This is generally a level 2 alcoholic where they've created the ground floor, as opposed to maybe a late stage 3 or stage 4 where the alcohol has really consumed them. They're physically addicted, emotionally addicted, psychologically addicted, and it's become part of their identity. If you have somebody in your life where they're at the point where they will deny and deflect, and it's everybody else's fault, and they take no culpability or accountability, well, that's a different stage. That's somebody that needs to be in an inpatient facility. They need really hardcore help in that kind of a situation. As a family member, it's so important to understand where the loved one is in your life. It's crucial. For some people, it's a matter of life and death. Getting help before they get into the later stages and identifying where your loved one is for a lot of people, it can be the difference between life and death. And really, if you're asking yourself if you have a drinking problem, or you're asking other people if they think that you have a drinking problem, yeah, that's kind of answering your own question. Yeah, you do have a problem. If you're thinking that, it's kind of permeating in your life and it's starting to affect maybe your health, maybe your judgment, and maybe some of your relationships. It's put a strain on your relationships. I always say, if really the litmus test is try and stop drinking for a month. If you can't do that, or even a week, then you got a problem. Ask the people in your life if they think that you have a problem, and I mean objective people, not your buddies at the bar or buddies that you hang out with. People who can objectively give you a yes or no if they think you have a problem. They may not come out and say that, but it's also the responsibility of the alcoholic. It's not always the family's fault. The family's the frontline people, or the friends, the people and places who are the closest to that person can usually intervene in the best way, because they're obviously quite aware of what's going on with you. And again, I really can't emphasize how important it is to get people into recovery, or into some kind of recovery mode, or at least have the awareness that they have a problem. The sooner the better, because in the later stages it's an uphill climb, and it will destroy families. In my wife's case, if you follow me, and again, I was married for 25 years, and my wife ended up succumbing to the disease almost 5 years ago, and she went through 7 rehabs. She had 4 DUIs, and it was just a plethora of issues. And if I had known 25 years ago what I know now, we would have got her into a rehab facility and into outpatient facilities probably 10 years before we did. Unfortunately, so many people wait until it's too late, until they start getting into problems like DUIs, they start getting arrested, they start having financial issues, physical issues, and legal issues. You want to get help long before that, and recognizing that you have a problem is really, again, the difference between having a quality life and a long life and not. And again, if you're looking to get help for a loved one in your family or for your family itself, set up a breakthrough call. The link is right in my link tree in my bio. Easiest thing to do is a calendar link. The call takes about 45 minutes to an hour. We do a deep dive into what's going on with your family. As a note, you have to have the alcoholic and any other family members who are going to be pertinent to the initial call. It's really important. The call is free. The course is definitely not. The call is really designed to set up the course and get you to understand and create a blueprint really for the rest of your life. It's designed to educate the family, the people that are in your life, to make them accountability partners, and to make everyone on the same page, and to set up a plan and a change in your life that will extend for the rest of your life. You have to reinvent yourself and be aware of the people, places, and things that you surround yourself, and quite often those have to be changed, and that's all part of it. If that makes sense, set up a call or DM me. And again, my wife's memoir is called Amanda, A Cautionary Tale of Alcoholism. You can find it on Amazon for the hardcover book, the actual physical book, Amazon, and it's on my website. Again, link is in the bio. You can set it right up on the link tree. Ebook. You can find the ebook on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, and on the Apple website. Again, I go live Monday through Friday right around 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock Eastern time. And we have the Facebook group. It's called There's an Alcoholic in the Family. Set up that. We've got about 4,000 members in our two groups. Very good group if you want help, one-on-one help, and group conversation. And again, thanks so much for listening.